Hey Void, how you doing? 5 years ago. Okay, so I don't know if this is feasible. I wanted to get my backlog done by my anniversary on October the 1st, which is when I started this. This will mark me having done this for 4 years. Well, my backlog is currently about 42, counting the one I'm doing right now. And if I watch anything between now and then, which I watch things, it's only going to grow. So this may be a fool's errand trying to get 40-something done in a week. But we're going to give it the old college try. But I've got a lot of Godzilla films in this, so, well, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Now, as you can tell from this really well done cover, this is another one I picked up at a convention before this one was even available on DVD. Godzilla vs. Biollante was kind of the last holdout before actually becoming on DVD and or Blu-ray. So, I picked it up when it wasn't otherwise available. Now it is an ungodly expensive. There's a couple movies that are just of the Toho Heisei era that are ungodly expensive. Godzilla 1984, Biollante, and then the double disc of that has Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla and Mothra Battle for Earth. I have that official on DVD, but dubbed, so that I do need to replace at some point also. But mostly I have upgraded all of mine to subtitled and Blu-ray, with the exception of these cheap holdouts. I'll get there eventually. Okay, so Biollante itself came out in 1989, and for me is probably the second best film in the whole Heisei era. Biollante is hands down one of the better creatures in this, and overall the film's plot is very well done. It's kind of heartbreaking and also very poetic. This was kind of like Toho did kind of this big contest where you could kind of pitch an idea, and this one is essentially the one that won. So, a scientist is essentially trying to is working with plants, but due to terrorists breaking up his lab, his daughter gets killed, and so he tries to essentially infuse a plant with her soul and then keep her alive. And well, Godzilla is still a problem and is threatening to wake up, so they've got some Godzilla DNA that they want to try experimenting with. So umpteen years later, after he's succeeded in creating this plant that's he views as his daughter, he gets access to Godzilla cells, and, well, after the plant gets damaged, he puts some of the Godzilla's regenerating cells in there, and, well, it turns into a monster. This one introduces Miki, our psychic, Miki Tech, and then try to remember her, Miki Sayagusa, that's it, who will stay with us for the rest of the Heisei era. She is essentially a psychic who's determined with a kind of a reverberating connection to Godzilla. She doesn't want him killed. She wants mostly just him to settle down and be quiet. But essentially, she does believe that we can coexist with him. But, well, she keeps being forced into military situations because she's one of the few people who can locate him, and she doesn't want him to actually destroy everything. So she has to do what she can to help out. This is her first one where she mostly is hearing the voice of the daughter inside of Biollante, and her soul is, well, in pain. So, Godzilla arrives after this giant plant goes haywire, burns it down, only for the more Godzilla-esque version to appear and then threaten him. Meanwhile, the background plot is lesser in this one. It's mostly dealing with terrorist scientists trying to steal Godzilla's cells as well as the plant DNA data. But the Biollante is pretty much the star of the show. It's such a cool design and a massive thing. It dwarfs Godzilla, as is kind of shown to you on the cover. Biollante is huge and very well designed. Apparently it took like 20-something puppeteers just to get Biollante working. It's got to be one of the coolest designs out there. So for me, this movie is easily a good 8 MacGuffins. I really enjoyed it. However, this movie did not do nearly that well at the box office in Japan, leading to them to be a little bit hesitant to use unfamiliar monsters. So they kind of pump the brakes on unique designs like Biollante, and the next 3 films are all, well, fan favorites come back. But we'll get to those when I get to those. Godzilla vs. Biollante, if you can find it, great, watch it. But it is hard to come by. That's it. It's one of my favorites. So, all on that one for right now. I will see you soon. I said 40-something to get through. It's going to take me a while. Let's see how much my stamina holds out. I did 6 on Sunday, so let's see if I can get... If I do one more today, that's at least 6, and then we'll see. But the 40 doesn't even count the 6 I've already done, so... Or the other ones I did today. So behind. Pray for me, Void. Pray for me.